Hello there, and welcome to episode 9 of my FA Cup journey for the 24-25 season. As you'll have noticed, I'm in a slightly different position than usual. Normally I'm standing over there, but I just didn't really feel like standing up today. And also, to be honest, the game that will be covered in this video, it wasn't deserving of me being on my feet. With that being said, let's get into it. Good morning! It's FA Cup day again, 4th round today, and I'm just waiting to be picked up by a mate, and then we're heading off down to Southampton. Hello, mate.
He's a friend. Oh. He's not some random.
Hello, Pixie. My mate Ross gave me a lift down. He'd been up near me the night before along with his dog Pixie. Parked up outside Ross's house in Southampton and Pixie dropped off, we headed to one of the locals for the first pint of the day.
Cheers.
After that, it was a short walk along the sort of seaside before we ended up in the St Mary's area, checking out some of the murals of ex-players and other bits. St Mary's Stadium has been home to Southampton since 2001, replacing their former ground, the Dell. This was my first time here and I never saw a game at the Dell. First impressions were that it was a pretty nice venue. Around one side there was a decent fan zone, one of the better ones I've seen, admittedly.
Ross. Hello.
A bit of live music before the game. Not a bad setup at all. It was time to go in for Southampton v Burnley.
I'm in.
Oh, by the way, Ross's mate James had joined us by this point. Some food, as usual. A steak pie with a Southampton badge on top. A nice touch.
Eating a pie. It's not bad, it's alright.
We made our way to our seats. As you can see, there was one stand essentially not open, and you'll see there were spare seats around where we were. It wasn't exactly a sellout. Yes, I got a programme. You thought I'd forgotten, hadn't you? I quite liked the graphic design on the cover. We had pretty good seats, right above the dugouts, and next to all the media staff. And we were off. I think we spent more time in the first half discussing Scott Parker's expensive jacket than we did the game. It was only 11 minutes in, but it wasn't providing much to distract from the cold.
Go on. Oh, mate. Oh, hello. He's on, he's on. Oh.
The Southampton goalkeeper, FYI, Alex McCarthy, went to the same school as Ross and I, but he was a few years below us. Listen out for my disappointment here. Almost half time, and it had been dire so far.
So Ross, how would you say the first half was?
Disappointing.
Disappointing, that's putting it mildly.
By this point, we were so disinterested in this game, we started the second half still out in the concourse. Back in our seats, John Joe Shelvey, ex-Liverpool, was coming off for Burnley. Our frustrations were growing the longer things stayed at 0-0.
Penalty! Penalty, come on, ref! Outrageous! I just want something to happen.
Yeah, just a bit of fun.
The seagulls were more entertaining.
Yeah, it's like the birds.
Horror movie.
There we go. The most interesting thing was the seagulls. And now they'll score. No, they didn't score. Ooh, something. Ooh. Still 0-0.
As you can hear, I was a bit more vocal than usual, in part to being with other people, also because I was a few drinks in by this point. But then, something did happen. Burnley had scored to make it 1-0 with just 13 minutes left. It felt like longer. The home side got us back underway. Could they find an equaliser with what time remained? Oh, the Burnley keeper almost gave them a way back into the game there. Burnley brought on ex-Saints player Nathan Redmond to provide some fresh legs for the last few minutes, as Southampton continued to press. Could we see another managerial sacking this season from a Premier League team?
The exodus begins. Well, basically, this is it. This is it for Southampton. This is the last chance saloon. 30 seconds. And ball, penalty.
And ball's the best thing I hope for there, probably.
Boos! Southampton have been rubbish most of the season in the Premier League, and they were terrible in this game. The Burnley players and staff went and took their applause from the travelling supporters. Out we went, another round down for me in this season's competition.
Alright, gents, consensus on that game. How was it?
Wish I'd stayed at home.
Yeah, not worth coming, was it? It was awful.
Yeah, but it was nice to see you, Matt.
Yeah, likewise, sir. Likewise.
The day wasn't quite over yet though. It was off to a bar for some more drinks and dinner. We went to a place called the Five Rivers, which had plenty of Saints memorabilia such as signed shirts, including this one from their famous FA Cup triumph in 1976, where as a second tier team, they beat top tier Man United 1-0. A proper underdog story. We shared this banging mixed grill for dinner. This bar has an actual tandoori oven in the kitchen apparently, and you can taste it. It was a train ride back for me. I was drunk and tired. What a combo. On arriving back home, I got a cup of tea from the Samaritans, and as if the mixed grill hadn't been enough, a kebab. All in all, a pretty successful Saturday. Well, apart from the game. So, in summary, that game was truly awful. Even worse than the first round game that I went to, which was Sutton against Birmingham City, which coincidentally was also 1-0. This round's game was more than a lack of goals though, it was just a lack of quality in general. Anyway, on to the numbers. That's right, it's time for prize money. So for this round, and for some reason the next two rounds, there are no figures on the FA website for runners-up prize money. But there is prize money again for the losers in the semi-final and final. So there's seemingly 3 rounds randomly in the competition that have no prize money for the losers. So, Burnley received a prize money of £120,000 for going through in this round. That's an increase of only £5,000 up from the previous round, which, in percentage terms, is 4%. I'm now 10 games into this competition with only 4 rounds left. I've almost got a ticket sorted for the 5th round, but for the 3 rounds after that, it's just going to get tougher and tougher to get tickets. So, wish me luck. That's all for today. Have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.